So, goedemorgen, good morning. It's been some time. I did a video studying the Bible. I was doing my bookkeeping. Um, Suddenly it hit me. We are expressing bookkeeping in money. And I thought, yeah, time is money. It goes further than that. So I went to Genesis 1.1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So here, in the beginning, that is the beginning expressed in time. Maybe expressed in time. And the earth was without form and void. So this indicates that there is no matter yet, no universe, no. So what is the earth there in that moment? What is it? It's without form. So form, what is form? Form is a construct. Construct atoms, molecules, matter. So here it is a concept. It's still a concept. It has no form, but it is there. It exists. The earth, by the word. The word says it's there. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So it's there. When? In the beginning. Beginning of what? Time? So, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So they're there. Exist. But the earth was without form. Doesn't say anything about the heaven. So maybe the heaven has some form. But the earth has no form. So it's just a concept here. It's void even. The earth was without form and void. Okay. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. Darkness was upon the face of the deep. So there's a face. And, so we have and. It's parallel, something parallel. The earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. So water is there. Water consists of molecules, atoms. So the atoms are also there. Just not the earth. The face of the deep. Darkness is upon the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. Now comes the introduction of the passing of time. So the beginning, maybe it's not time itself. So that's interesting. Begin and end, then therefore, are not of time. And not even the creation, because time was not there yet. It comes here. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So here we have the introduction of evening and morning. For the first day. So God introduces or creates the period here. But there is still no time. Not really. Maybe. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So a firmament expands, so there were only waters. And the earth is still a concept, because it's without form and void. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. So the midst of the waters, center point, would mean that there is a size to the waters. Maybe not. So how do you see what is the middle if you don't have edges? Then again, if the edge is infinity, then you just see infinity there, infinity here, which means where you are is the middle, always. So it doesn't limit the size yet. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So from this center in infinity, so this we could call a singular point inside the universe. So this would mean that the universe created all of that. It's let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. So the expansion of this center point, that is the whole universe. Could be. Just trying to make my accounting scheme. Trying to get it into my bookkeeping. So if you would like express it in bookkeeping terms, then it's the first activum of the creation. Is this of the creation? Yeah? Is this the light is already created, but it's not here. It's just it is. And then let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. This is the universe, the creation of the universe. The execution of the concept. God made the firmament and divided the waters which we were under, the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. Second day. The evening and the morning were the second day. So this like indicates that there is a passing of days. Passing of dark and light. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. Okay, here comes the earth. God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and the herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. The day from the night. So evening and morning, and now we have day and night. Evening and morning, day and night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. So that looks like a shift. Because I think in common understanding, this day is divided in 4 pieces. Morning, day, evening, night. So first you have only evening and morning, and then we get evening, morning, day and night. And the day and the night are for signs, for seasons, for days and years. So here comes some kind of time definitions. and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Just a byproduct. Let's make some stars. Nice. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day. Some commercial. To rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that had life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. So first plants, now we get like animals, moving creatures. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after its kind. And God saw that it was good. So this all is in one day, which to our understanding now, to my understanding, is like 24 hours. But you see the speed, because he already saw that it was good, this abundant forth bringing and the creation after their own kind. So all of this in one day. So now, like for instance, a human gestation period, like 9 months. All of this is created in one day, at least the animals. So all these generations of animals are all in one day, because they were already brought forth abundantly. So it's like static. What is this day? Is it a passing of time? Does time even exist here? It's more like speed of time. Generations, maybe? Generations per second? Something like that. Creation speed. But it's all static. If you look at it, again, it's all static. It's just spoken and it's there. And then God says, okay, that was another day. Could still be that time continues to be an illusion. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. It was so. Past tense. It's already done. All of it. In this day. So we have whatever conception we have of this idea of time and calendar, it has nothing to do with these days here. They are more like static happenings or complete creations from beginning to end. Dimensions maybe. Okay. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, so it's like from start to finish in this day, from start to finish, all done already. So it's like these days walk in parallel. But there is still a ruler that counts them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is like time over time, something like that. Time within time. Now comes man. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image. So it's like every time it's twofold. Let us make, and then so God created. So it's like the concept followed by the action, the actual creation. God created man in his own image. In the image of God created him. Male and female created them. And God blessed them. God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. So all beasts are vegetarians. And also, all created men are vegetarians. Vegans even. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good, and the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So, up until this point, I would say I am in this sixth day. I mean, I'm sitting in this sixth day. It's still the sixth day. I'm still here. I'm in the sixth day. That's what I see here. So, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made. How about that? And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. So we're not in the seventh day yet. God is, but we are still sitting in the sixth day. God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. So that's even more interesting. You could see here that all of this is in the beginning. So we're still in the beginning, but God is in the end already. He's in the seventh day. We're still in the beginning, and inside this beginning there is day 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. We are in 6. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. Every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living soul. So what is this Genesis 2? Is it a specification? It's like an elaboration of Genesis 1. Elaboration of how did this details of how this sixth day went, and how the, I don't know which one, third day I think for the plants, fourth. Um, so they are seeds, but there needs to be some water so they can grow. And this is an explanation of how the Lord God formed the man of the dust of the ground. So the earth has dried, and then uses the dust of the ground to create the first man. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. So here comes the introduction of name giving, I guess, to places, Eden, and now we have a garden. It creates a place for this man to be. living soul. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And the river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is it, which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and the onyx stone. The name of the second river is Gihon, the same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. The name of the third river is Hiddekel, that is, which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. So it's another argument. You're still in the 6th day, so if you're alive, you're in the 6th day, waiting to die. And the Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. So, okay, now getting back to Genesis 1. These walk in parallel in some form. Genesis 1 and 2. It's a specification, but there is also the indication that it's not like there's no sequence to it. It just happens all in the same instance. And afterwards, God like appoints like sections to a number of actions within time, but these sections not even are sequential or dependent on each other somehow. So they run all in parallel. Adam gave names to all cattle and to the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an help meet for him. So Lord God said, It's not good that the man should be alone. I will make an help meet for him. There was no meeting yet, so the Lord God introduces sleep. Then takes out one of his ribs, and the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. So sleep is to be not aware of whatever actions are done to the body. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man." Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Okay, Genesis 3 then. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God has made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God had said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard the voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree, whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to me, to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. The Lord God said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So let's see, maybe it was day 7. They were thrown back into day 6. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. All the days of thy life. So there is an introduction of days here. So it could point to the evening and morning, and the day and night cycle, which is all within the sixth day. Within the beginning. We're still in the beginning. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee. Thou shalt eat the herb of the field. The sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. So, I don't know, Eve. Maybe there is an extra meaning to this word Eve that I'm not aware of. Because here is the word because. So Adam chose the name Eve because she was the mother. So Eve maybe is some other word for mother. Unto Adam also, and to his wife, did the Lord God make coats of skins and clothed them. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. So God is preventing him to take some fruit of the tree of life, and send him out of the garden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So now we have like a description of Eden. And man out of Eden, guarded by cherubims. So I think it's like, I guess it's some kind of dimensional shift. Looks like it. But I still can't make up any indication of the time. Can't see it. Light is created, Matter is created. Life, life, soul, days. Yeah, there is a counter. First day, second day, all the days of your life. How many are those? It's like diffuse still, and it looks to run in parallel, all of it. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. Aha, here comes the word. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. So, and in process of time it came to pass. Process of time. Okay. Cain was wroth, and the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou dost well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou dost not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from my hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield, henceforth unto thee. Henceforth is also an indication of time, processing of time, unto thee her strength. So processing time. It seems like time is some kind of food that you process. Processed, just processed another second. 48 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna call it quits here for now. I think I have some nice indications of how I should get this concept of time inside the bookkeeping, matter, love, God. I want all these things to appear in my book. So maybe you could see time then as a currency. No, let's say currencies, where one currency expression passes faster than the other one. Like I don't know, $1 is 10 euro. So the euro goes 10 times slower. Something like that. They all go in parallel. It's like a spiral maybe. Okay, I might put the spiral also in there as the capture of this video. Time in Genesis, that's the name of this video series, and this is part 1. Time in Genesis.